Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. We're relaxing as usual. I feel like I definitely have some stomach pains or something at the moment, and I was just like, should I put up an Animal Crossing video? But I was like, let's just do it. Just absolutely send it, and then I don't know, or just make it shorter than usual or something. I feel like I must be intolerant or something. And like the thing is, I haven't even had anything that crazy, because I've long been thinking that I'm probably some sort of lactose. Well, we'll get onto this. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 9:47 p.m. on Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. I've long been thinking that maybe I was lactose intolerant, and I do believe that to be the case. And probably that I have some sort of level of lactose intolerant, or developed some. Because you do get more lactose intolerant as you get older. But I haven't really had any lactose at all today. I'm trying to think what stuff I've even eaten which has made me gone ugh. I think the closest could have been that I had a Kit Kat, I suppose. That probably shouldn't be enough to make my stomach feel so blah, you know. I didn't have anything particularly crazy which feels like it should stand out as something which is causing cramps and stuff, but I don't know. Here we are. You just gotta deal with it. It's very interesting, though, how allergies can kind of develop as you get older. I mean, as I say, lactose intolerance is definitely one of the biggest ones. And I think I spoke about it before, that woman who got rid of her lactose intolerance just by consuming a ridiculous amount of lactose every single day. And then my friends did a very similar thing, except for they did it by chugging milk, and they were like, "Oh dear darling, you should do it now." And I'm like, I'm absolutely not going to do that. I like cheese, but I can still have a decent or usually I can have a little bit of cheese, but I don't know. But I'm starting to think it must be something else though, because I had very any little lactose today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm allergic to chocolate or something. I'd be crazy. I'm trying to think. I generally didn't have anything all that crazy today, but something is making my stomach feel awful. But so be it. Such is the way. But yeah, I don't know. It's always very interesting, allergies. I suppose in general, how do you really figure out you have allergies? I suppose, to me, it should be something which is oh, when you're a child or something, they test you for certain allergies, they do patch testing or something. Or, honestly, maybe they do. I don't know, but I certainly wasn't aware of if I ever got tested for allergies. Because I have seen or heard about what they do is you just take up portions of your back or something, they attach a sample directly to your skin or something, and then just see if you end up reacting to it. And I feel I remember this because I saw a photo of someone who ended up reacting to everything, and then their initial reaction was, "Oh, I must be allergic to everything. That sucks." But then it was "Oh no, it turns out I was allergic to the solvent or whatever they used, or the tape or something that they used to attach all these different samples." It almost seems kind of wild though that that's our way of testing it. I'm not saying there's necessarily a bad way. I don't know what is a good or bad way, but with the age of all these sort of blood tests and sort of things we can do now, doesn't it? It almost feels a bit underwhelmingly simple. It's how do we usually test for if you're allergic to something? Oh, we just expose you to it and see if you react, essentially. But yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had an allergy test. I don't really know if I even should get one necessarily, but I don't know, because there's something I'm eating which can cause me discomfort, but I just don't know what it is a problem. That makes it very difficult, I think. I don't know. A skin prick test, that's what it is. I mean, I'm looking at a skin prick test, and it looks like a lot of people are reacting to these sort of things. I want to see what was the result if you just don't react to anything. You just don't have allergies. I don't know, how do you test for like edible allergy? Is it just a sort of thing where you're like, oh, you're just sort of vibing, and then suddenly you just have to notice a pattern of you eating things and your stomach feeling awful? Maybe. Again, I don't know what it could be necessarily, because of it, as I said, I pointed out lactose intolerance before, and I'm like, I think that definitely is still kind of true. And maybe it was true today, but I'm like, I can't think of anything I've had which had like milk in, or at least that I knew about. Maybe there was something which did have lactose in, which I was completely not aware of. Maybe like a copious amount of butter or something. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, no, it could also have been something from a previous day. I genuinely don't know. It could be multiple things. There's a whole variety. But you know, you sort of just go with it. But it's interesting about allergies in general, right? Because apparently they were not very common before, but now they're seemingly more common. And that's like an actual like scientific fact or something, is that allergies are much more common, I suppose, and more populous nowadays than they used to be. Why so? I don't really know. Sorry, let's see. Why are allergies so common now? Because, I mean, I have, or you perhaps used to have hay fever. I mean, nowadays maybe it's not so bad, but I used to get like pretty bad with like super itchy eyes, and like now I just kind of like sneeze more frequently, I suppose, during those seasons, but it's not enough to really affect me. It's a combination of environmental changes, westernized lifestyles, reduced exposure to microbes, rise in allergies and asthma. Oh, I don't think I have asthma, to be honest, but what's a lactose intolerance test? Well, you can actually get a DNA lactose intolerance test. That's crazy. Because I did do that. Like, I had like one of those platform things where you like test your DNA and says stuff or whatever. I think I still have it somewhere. Let me see. But I'm pretty sure it said, oh yeah, you do have lactose intolerance, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Where did I put it though? I must have saved it somewhere extremely random. Which is fair, because I can't recall where I've put it. But I did randomly basically stumble across it again one day, where I was like, oh, kind of forgot I put things here, you know. Documents? Nope. Was this old? Is it in here? Wow, there's some really old stuff in here. Random, maybe. Oh, here we go. That's my nutrients report. Hold on. Where's head? Where's it? Calcium? No, these are my needs. Of how much I need something. I swear there was something about like allergies. Maybe it's in diet. I have a high carbohydrate sensitivity, salt sensitivity, alcohol, lower caffeine sensitivity, lactose intolerant. Yeah, it says I'm tolerant. Celiac predisposition. Low. What's carbohydrate sensitivity mean? Does it mean what does it mean to have higher sensitivity? Does it mean I need less of it? I don't really know. But it like studies your genotypes or something, and it's like, oh yeah, this is what we can point out. Toxin generation speed. Normal vegetable need higher salt sensitivity. Salt sensitive hypertension, high blood pressure. By having too much salt. I don't know. Caffeine sensitivity is lower, which is interesting, because I don't really drink caffeine at all. Which I guess is good, otherwise maybe I'd need a lot of it. So lactose intolerant, like most of the world's population, I don't have the ability to tolerate lactose. Can't digest more than 12 grams 1 cup of lactose from milk and yogurt. All humans are born with the ability to digest lactose. The ability turns off in most of the world's population after early life. Kinda crazy. So I'm like, I guess it must be that, but I don't even know like what it would have been. I had some cheese and onion crisps actually, maybe that was it. Baked cheese and onion crisps, lactose. Maybe I had a lot more than I expected. Can lactose intolerant people eat cheese and onion crisps? I can, yes. I'm not lactose intolerant, but some people are different. Most of them probably can. Some cheeses are pretty low in it. Cheddar's apparently quite low in lactose. Contains milk and lactose? Maybe even. I don't know. But I've had it before and it was also fine. Like, what about it? It must have been one of the more unusual things I had today. I don't know. How exciting is it for me just talking about how I'm feeling like I've got cramps or something? Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, to be honest. I wish I had some sort of like enlightened thing to say, but, you know, developed intolerances. Which is probably not what I'm going to title a video think about it, developed allergy or something. Certainly is an interesting thing, I suppose, to come as a result of growing older, essentially. Why turn off a lactase thing which breaks us down, you know? We need milk to survive, I suppose, while growing up, and then it's suddenly like, oh, we don't need milk anymore as we're older. I mean, maybe. I guess it kind of makes sense from a historical, biological standpoint, but again, I'm not a biologist, so maybe I'm not the best one to sort of comment on this. I don't know. Certainly does just make me feel like, blah, at the moment. And here I was being like, oh, maybe I want to play this on like Rabbit and Steel or something today, I don't know. Maybe I still will. That's just kind of the nature of things. But yeah, probably will just make it a 15-minute video today. I'm trying to think, because even when I'm growing up, I didn't know many people with, like, intolerances. Like, I had one of my very good friends, had a peanut allergy. A family friend who had, like, some sort of nut allergy, but apart from that, I couldn't really think of anything else that people were, like, allergic to. Except for nowadays, it's like, oh, I feel like I know a lot of people who have some sort of level of lactose intolerance, so... I don't know, ain't it just kind of strange? Why turn off that gene in the human body? Evolutionarily. I guess you don't want to encourage necessarily it, but still. Excuse me. I don't know. Such is the way. It's a real shame as well, because cheese is very delicious, is what I'd say. Cheese is genuinely one of the best foods. And to lose access to such cheese is not great. But I don't know. it sort of makes me want to, like... Not actually vomit or anything like that, but it gives that sort of similar feeling. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something else entirely, in which case that's also kind of worrying. It's hard to identify these things. What I wouldn't give for something in the future to sort of scan you and be like, oh, this is everything which is wrong. You gotta do this, and this. Oh well, such is the way. You had to put the work in yourself to understand, I suppose, your own body and figure out what's going on. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here, I think. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. Then I'm across new horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewells. Until next time, bye bye for now.